Back at the Olympiad, now in 1990, Novi Sad.
Yes, Novi Sad. It was my last Olympiad that I played for Romania.
Your last?
14th, yes, the 14th Olympiad.
Okay.
And we played the King's Indian, and finally, I don't know why I decided not to play the Zemish, like always, you know. I played a very good one for white. I mean, it's a very strong idea for white, very modern in this time, with H3 and Knight F3. And okay, we'll have another line for white, you know, not Zemish.
Not Zemish, but what is it?
This was preferred by the Hungarian grandmasters, Portis and others, you know, Ribli and so on. And finally it was mod, you know, it was en vogue, let's say, you know, this variation for white.
At the time.
At that time, yes. It's okay. White is a little bit better all the time, but you have to react very well. I mean, the move order again is very good, you know, if you play well for white, you see. Very precise. So, okay, bishop e3, knight h5, knight h2. This seems a little bit strange, but it's all right. Knight h2 is a little bit strange. Why? Because here, black wants to play very active f5 or knight f4, you see. Okay, and after f5, for instance, if he plays f5, you can play immediately g4 or immediately take in f5, g takes f5 and g4 again. And in all positions, white is better all the time, you know. And when he takes, you play now g4. That was the idea from knight h2. Now, if he takes in g4, you have time to take with the pawn or with the knight, and all the white pieces are coming, you know. Clearly better for white. I don't, you know, demonstrate why, but it's well known. It's very, very strong for white. So, okay, so the idea from knight h2 is all right, and from now on, black has to react very well. Queen e8 is the best move, even now, you see. He prepares, the move order is very important for black, and the reaction was okay. Queen e8 is all right. So, bishop e2. Now, we change the plan, and after f5, what did I play here? Castle, yeah, castle. Now we let him play f4. If he plays f4, we go back with the bishop in d2. We control the diagonal. We control all the white squares, and white has a clear edge. You know, between other things, we have no counterplay on the king side. We want to play, you know, later on bishop g4. It gives a very strong initiative for white, you see, if we have time to play bishop g4. By the white squares, you see, and we have our counterplay on the queen side by playing later on b4, c5, and so on. So he played himself knight f6. We change the plans all the time, himself and myself, you know. So now I took in g5, f5 he took, and now f4, very strong. Now he has to take a decision. If he plays now e4, normal, after e4, g4, white is attacking immediately, you know. And it's clearly better for white, you see. So now he took in f4, the right decision. Now I took in with the bishop, and now again, very good move, knight e4. Now you are forced to take in e4, because otherwise it's bad for white, you see. But now, if you take in e4, it seems that black has no problem at all. I mean, he equalized without any problem. But it's not so clear, you know. So he took queen d2. All right. Now you have to be careful with white also. But the advantage is clear. It's small, but very clear for white, you see.
It seems that this knight is out of...
No, he comes in c5. There's no problem. I mean, he comes into play, yes. Queen g6, he attacks immediately, you know. He wants to play bishop takes h3. So now you have to be careful. King h1 is all right. Now he comes, you know, knight c5. He gives you the move because he was threatening already knight d3. So knight d3 or e3, both, you know, so it's okay. So now bishop d7. Again, he is trying maybe to play b5 later on, or a6, b5, or things like this. Okay, so now you have to react. The good move is to play back the bishop in e3. You accept the fact that he can trade two rooks, but the advantage is clear because you have 4 against 3 on the other side. And the knight from h2 is good because he comes back later with knight g4, maybe, you know. And the pawn from e4 is weak or strong. It seems, you know, to make the difference in any position. It's not clear which is the idea. Is better for black or is better for white? It's better for white, you know. So, okay, rook takes f1, I took there, and he played knight d3. It seems that he had everything now, because now if you are forced to take in d3, I mean, if you take in d3, it's not good. You give the two bishops, and if you accept to take the d3 pawns later on, you have to win some tempos for black, and has time to play bishop f5, bishop e4, and he takes the initiative. It's better for black, you know. So you have to be careful, but the simple move b3 gives a small edge in every position. Pardon.
Why? Because you just
you defend, for instance, here. It seems that you defend.
Yeah.
But you want to have some very strong counterplay later on. You'll see in a few moves. Yeah?
Okay.
The structure is very important, and white has a very strong structure. The pawn structure is okay, and you prepare the counterplay on the king's side by having 2 against 1 and too many pieces against the black king. Finally, in the last position, the black king will be under attack, and it will be the very strong attack, you see. So here it seems that black is all right, and he tries to take the initiative by playing very quickly h5, you know, controlling all the squares, you see. So now, surprise, g4, okay. If he takes in g4, then suddenly the white pieces are coming into play, you know. The knight from h2 will be very good, no? Okay, king g2. It seems this is the defensive move, but that was offensive move, you see, king g2, because we wanted to take in h5 and then knight g4. That was the idea, you know, for it. Now he wants to stop the position by playing h4 himself. But now we see the difference. We succeeded to play g4, and suddenly we have some attacking chances later on. We have to see how, but the idea will be very clear. The idea is to come back with the king in h1 later on and put the knight in f3. We'll see. That happens in our game. We'll see in a few moves. All right, so we go back with the king. And it seemed okay. He did everything. It seems that black has a very good move, a good position here, no?
Yeah.
And surprise, knight f3. What to do? If you take in the f3, you are lost after bishop takes d3. Because all the white pieces are coming, you see? And you lose at least a pawn. If you lose one pawn, is enough, you know, and the attack goes on, you know. So knight f3 transposes in a very strong tactical play, you know, for both. So, okay, so c6, knight d4. And again, we're threatening to play knight f5.
Yeah.
You see? So what to do? He took in d5, no? He took in d5, I took in d5. And then he played queen h8. Finally, he could find such a move, which seems a little bit strange, but it's okay. And now we transpose again. Bishop takes d3, he takes in d4, and now the second surprise, queen f2. We give him the bishop from d3 because he has no time to take in e3. This is the problem. Bishop takes e3, loses immediately because he's mate in 1, queen f7 mate.
Ah, okay.
You see? So now he had to sacrifice the queen here. I mean, to accept the fact that the position is bad and play himself queen f6 with some hope for an even game. But it was almost impossible to play queen f6 in such a big time trouble for both. So he played the normal move here, queen h7, you know. Now you have to take the decision what to do. So now you transpose the position in a different color bishop's position where you have attacking chances. But the attacking chances are decisive. So I took in d4, he took in d3, and now queen f6 and black resigned. And look why. Queen e4 check, no? For instance, the only move, and king g1, and mate. Afterwards he's mate. We're threatening 3 mates. Queen h8 mate, queen g7 mate, queen g5 mate. Queen f7 mate, 4 moves. 4 moves, mating, you see. There's no check at all, and he resigns, you know, what to do? Here we're threatening queen g5 mate, for instance. The difference, you see, the bishop from d4 is fantastic, whereas from d7 doesn't do anything.
It's blocked.
No.
The a big difference.
Yeah.
One bishop. One good bishop.
The different color bishops, it's always like this, you know. The player who is attacking wins by force, you know, in such a position.
So this defense here was more important than this passed pawn.
Yeah.
Nice.
The attacking chances, you see, all the time. But, of course, you have to feel the position somehow, you see.
Yeah.
Because it was very, very complicated, now, therefore, you see. Until there, he played also very well with black, you see. It was very, very sharp game like this, you know.
True. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
Yeah.